All right, gamers, get ready because Nintendo just blew the roof off with this surprise Switch 2 announcement.
Yeah, talk about sending the gaming world into a frenzy.
Right. So let's dive deep into what we know so far, starting with, the confirmed upgrades.
Sure.
The new Joy-Cons, backward compatibility, all the good stuff.
And of course, the big question on everyone's mind, when can we actually get our hands on this bad boy?
Well, to start with, Nintendo has officially confirmed the Switch 2 is coming.
They even showed it off in a short little video.
Yeah. And they're aiming for a 2025 release.
Sometime in 2025, that is.
Okay, so 2025 is the year. Got it. Now, let's talk screen size, because from what I'm seeing online, it's getting a serious upgrade.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We're talking a jump to 8 inches.
8 inches.
From the original Switch's 6.2, and even the OLED's 7.
That's got to be the biggest handheld console screen out there, right?
You got it. The largest mainstream handheld console on the market.
Okay, so no more squinting at those tiny little menus.
Thank goodness for that, right?
I know. My eyes were starting to hurt. And what about the resolution? Any word on that?
Yeah, there's an upgrade there, too. It's going to be 1080p.
1080p. Finally. No more blurry visuals.
It's a welcome improvement, for sure.
Now, what everyone really wants to know about, the Joy-Cons.
Yeah. Are they sticking around or are they gone?
Tell me they didn't ditch the detachable Joy-Con.
Don't worry, they're here to stay. But of course, they've been redesigned a bit.
Redesigned how? What's different?
Well, for one, they look a lot sleeker. Probably because the console itself is bigger.
Makes sense.
And get this, they now connect magnetically instead of that slide and lock thing.
Ooh, magnets.
Yeah, no more fumbling around trying to get them to click in.
Okay, I like that. And what about the buttons and joysticks? Any changes there?
Oh, yeah. Bigger buttons, bigger joysticks, and you want to hear the best part?
Lay it on me.
They added 2 new buttons on the back of each Joy-Con.
2 new buttons? Oh, man. The combo potential is insane. I could already see the speedrunners going crazy.
It's going to be wild.
But, okay, let's get real for a sec. What about our existing Switch games?
Ah, yes, the big question of backward compatibility.
Can we play them on the Switch 2, or are we starting from scratch?
The good news is that you can play your old games.
Okay, that's a huge relief.
But there is a little catch.
There's always a catch, isn't there?
Nintendo mentioned that some games might not be supported or fully compatible.
Interesting. So what games are you guys hoping will work? Let us know in the comments, because I'm curious. Now on to another important feature, the kickstand.
Oh, yeah, the infamous kickstand.
It was kind of a flimsy little thing on the original Switch, right?
It really wasn't the most stable.
So what did they do to improve it?
Well, it's been completely redesigned now. It's got this U shape, and it looks way more sturdy.
A U shape, huh? So hopefully no more accidental topples.
Fingers crossed. Plus, it looks like you can adjust it to more angles, so that's a big plus.
Nice. Okay, and one more thing that I'm really hoping they addressed. Did they add another USB-C port?
Yes. From the images we've seen so far, there's a second USB-C port on the top of the console.
Finally. No more messing around with adapters or docks for certain things.
Hopefully it means less hassle for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Now, what about the stuff under the hood? Any details on the specs yet?
It's still pretty hush-hush, but there have been hints of a dual-fan cooling system.
Ooh, dual fans. No more jet engine noises, hopefully.
We can only hope. Less noise, more gaming. That's what I say.
Now, for those of you dying to get a closer look at the Switch 2, Nintendo is hosting these Switch 2 Experience events.
They're going to be happening all over the world starting in March 2025.
And the first one is in Melbourne.
So lucky Melbourne.
But don't worry, they'll be announcing more cities soon, so keep an eye out for that.
Definitely.
All right, and here's the date you need to mark on your calendars, April 2nd, 2025.
What's so special about April 2nd?
That's when we're getting a dedicated Nintendo Direct live stream all about the Switch 2.
Oh, yeah. That's where they'll probably reveal all the juicy details like the specs.
The games, and maybe even the release date.
Don't miss it.
So there you have it. The Switch 2 is coming. We've got a bigger screen, better resolution,
redesigned Joy-Cons,
backwards compatibility, and a whole lot more to come.
It's going to be an exciting year for Nintendo fans, that's for sure. Welcome back to our deep dive on the Switch 2. Last time we asked you guys what features or games would make this console a must-buy.
Yeah. And wow, the comment section is exploding. So many amazing ideas. You guys are creative.
It's incredible to see the passion.
For sure.
Okay,
but before we sidetracked, we've got to ask, what about new games? I mean, backwards compatibility is great, but...
Right. We need something new.
Exactly. We need fresh titles built for the Switch 2. So what do we know so far? Anything exciting in the rumor mill?
Well, speaking of freshness, did you catch that glimpse of Mario Kart in the preview?
Wait, really? I think I was too busy staring at the new hardware. I totally missed it.
Yeah, it was quick, but it was definitely there.
Okay, so does that mean Mario Kart 9 is coming?
It's definitely a possibility. A new Mario Kart would be a huge system seller.
Oh, for sure. Imagine Rainbow Road in 1080p.
Right, but I have a feeling Nintendo has even more surprises up their sleeve.
Ooh, more surprises. Okay, you got to give us at least a hint.
Well, let's just say there have been whispers online about a new 3D Zelda game.
New Zelda game?
Yeah, people are talking vast, open world, stunning graphics.
Okay, stop. You're making me drool.
Think about exploring Hyrule on that gorgeous 8-inch screen.
That's the dream. Okay, but what about Metroid? Metroid Prime 4 has been MIA for ages. Do you think this could be its comeback?
No, that would be epic. The Switch 2's hardware could be exactly what Metroid Prime 4 needs.
I hope so. And hey, maybe we'll even get a new 2D Metroid too while we're at
It's
it.
what a gamer can dream.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about Nintendo's own games, but what about third-party support?
Yeah, that's a big one.
The original Switch had some struggles there, right?
Yeah, some of those ports weren't the best.
So do you think things will be different with the Switch too?
I think so. The improved specs and the bigger screen could be a game changer.
Imagine playing like huge AAA games on a handheld.
Right. It would be amazing. I think we can at least expect a ton of popular indie games.
Oh, for sure. Indies are perfect for the Switch.
Exactly. But hey, maybe we can even hope for some of those blockbuster titles too.
Okay, if Elden Ring got a smooth port for the Switch too, I would lose my mind.
That would be incredible. Okay, but let's shift gears for a second and talk about all the feedback we've been getting.
Yeah, you guys have been blowing up the comments section.
And a lot of people are bringing up some really good points. Battery life.
Oh yeah, that's a big one. Nobody wants a console that dies after like an hour.
Exactly. What I'm seeing online is that people are expecting at least 5 hours of playtime.
Yeah, anything less than that would be kind of a letdown.
Some are even suggesting Nintendo should offer like an optional extended battery pack.
Now, that's a great idea. I'd definitely pay extra for that.
And another thing that keeps popping up is Bluetooth audio support.
Oh yeah, that's a must-have in 2025.
Yeah.
No more messing around with dongles.
It's time for Nintendo to embrace wireless audio.
Agreed. And what else? What are people saying?
Well, there are a lot of requests for a major online service overhaul.
You mean like better matchmaking, smoother voice chat?
Exactly. People want a seamless online experience and maybe even some cloud gaming features.
Ooh, cloud gaming on the Switch. That'd be pretty cool.
Right. The possibilities are endless.
Okay, so battery life, Bluetooth audio, online services, but there's one more thing that keeps coming up.
Storage space.
Ah, yes. The eternal struggle. It feels like no matter how much storage you have, it's never enough.
So what are people hoping for with the Switch 2?
Well, I'm seeing a lot of people saying at least 512 GB on the base model.
Yeah, that seems pretty reasonable, especially with those massive AAA games.
Exactly. And some people are even saying they want a 1 TB option.
You must have plans to download every single game.
Hey, I'm not judging. The more games, the merrier. But seriously, Nintendo needs to give us more storage space.
It's a pain to constantly be deleting games to make room for new ones.
Okay, so we've got our wish list for the Switch 2. What are you personally most excited to learn about at the Nintendo Direct in April?
Oh man, that's a tough one. I think I'm most curious about the user interface.
Ooh, yeah. Will it be a complete redesign? Will they finally fix the eShop?
So many questions.
I'm really hoping for a more intuitive design and maybe some cool customization options.
Well, themes and wallpapers.
Exactly. But I'm also dying to know about the technical specs.
Yeah, the processor, the RAM, the battery life, all that juicy stuff.
Hopefully they'll spill the beans in April.
Fingers crossed.
All right. Well, until then, we can all keep dreaming about those Switch 2 possibilities.
And speaking of dreams, it's time for a quick break.
When we come back, we're going to tackle the potential challenges and obstacles that Nintendo might face with the Switch 2.
Don't go anywhere.
Okay, so we've talked about all the awesome stuff, but now let's get real for a second.
Yeah, there are always challenges when launching a new console.
Exactly. And one of the biggest ones has got to be the price tag.
Especially with all these upgrades, the Switch 2 can't be cheap.
So how much are we talking here? Any guesses?
Well, based on what I've seen online, analysts are predicting somewhere between $400 and $500.
Ouch. That's a pretty big jump from the original Switch.
It is, but remember, inflation and production costs have gone up.
True.
Yeah.
But still, that's a lot of money. Nintendo's going to have to really sell people on this.
Yeah, they're going to need to convince gamers that it's worth the upgrade.
And they're going to have to do it in a world where there's a ton of competition.
Oh, yeah. The gaming landscape has changed a lot since the original Switch came out.
So who are some of the big players that Nintendo needs to watch out for?
Well, you've got those powerful handheld PCs like the Steam Deck. Those are attracting a lot of hardcore gamers.
And let's not forget about cloud gaming services like Xbox Game Pass.
Right. Cloud gaming is becoming more and more popular.
So how does the Switch 2 stand out in all of this? What's its edge?
Nintendo needs to offer something unique. Something you can't get anywhere else.
You mean like some kind of secret weapon?
Exactly. Something that makes people say, I gotta have that.
Okay, so any rumors about what that could be? What's the internet buzzing about?
Well, there's been some talk about Nintendo exploring VR or AR technology.
VR on the Switch. That would be insane. But is that even realistic?
It would be a bold move for sure.
Mm.
But if anyone can make VR mainstream, it's Nintendo.
True. They always seem to find a way to make things fun and accessible.
Exactly. And let's not forget about another area where they need to step up their game.
You're talking about the online experience, right?
Yeah, Nintendo's online services have been lagging behind for a while now.
They really need to give us a better online experience with the Switch 2.
Things like reliable voice chat, dedicated servers, all that stuff.
Gamers are demanding a seamless online experience these days.
It's 2025. It's time to catch up.
And while we're at it, they need to attract more third-party developers.
Oh yeah, getting those big AAA games on the Switch 2 would be huge.
Imagine playing the latest Call of Duty or something on the go,
That would be a game changer. But it's not just about the AAA games.
right? Indie games have been a big part of the Switch's success.
And they'll continue to be important for the Switch 2.
So it sounds like Nintendo has its work cut out for them.
They do. But I have faith in them.
Me too. They've always found a way to innovate and surprise us.
Exactly. I can't wait to see what they have in store for us with the Switch 2.
Same here. And we'll be right here with you every step of the way, covering all the latest news and rumors.
Don't forget to join us in April for our deep dive into the Nintendo Direct.
That's where we'll really get all the answers.
We'll break down all the announcements, analyze the specs, and hopefully get a release date.
Until then, keep those gaming thumbs limber and those imaginations running wild.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the Nintendo Switch 2.
We'll see you next time.